My name is Nazem. Um, I'm from Toronto Metropolitan University, from Aerospace Engineering. I'm doing my master's in Aerospace Engineering. Uh, uh, I'm going to be glancing over the question and I'm going to go over the answer. So, what's the project that you have pursued in the course? Where was the project at the beginning of the semester and where is it now? So the project that I was pursuing through the semester is building an RC plane that is meant to be a trainer plane where beginners can build it and fly it relatively easy. Um, at the beginning of the semester, I had almost little to none progress started, and at the end of the semester, I would say I am at 80% done. There were many uh, changes that happened to the project itself, and it's altered in different ways. But yeah, um, who are the end users or customer audience and beneficiaries, and what did I learn from them? So my end users are either high school students they are in their last years of high school, or early junior students in university, like first years and second years. The reason of that is for them to start learning how to do things hands-on, how to explore their hobbies, how to do it relatively easy, where they can have access to manuals that explains everything to them, whether it's or YouTube videos, and start learning about their hobbies. What did I learn from them? I took a lot of opinions while I was doing the build of my aircraft. I was always thinking about my decisions from the customer and the customer point of view, where I was thinking, okay, would that make sense to a student? Would it be easy for a student? Would they be easy to understand? Would it be easy to build? So I always made sure to keep them in the loop in my mind and ask them for their input. Um, what setbacks gave me the biggest lesson? What accomplishment was the most surprising and fulfilling, and why? Uh, sorry. So the setback that gave me the biggest lesson is, I would say, trying to do things, trying to be perfectionist while it doesn't work. So at the beginning of the project, I was planning to do everything clean sheet, meaning I designed the whole plane myself, I do the whole manual myself, and I try to do it the perfect way that I would imagine it to be. However, that was not feasible within the timeline that I had. And so I delegated to an already built airframe aircraft, and then I was able to do the avionics side and be able to explain to students using that aircraft. So the goal of the project is still the same. However, I did not do the plane myself. And what did I learn from this lesson is it doesn't always have to be the perfect way that we want it to be, as long as we are somewhat we are on building steps or building stones to our ideal image in our mind. So let's say for the beginning, I started using an already modeled aircraft, and maybe the next step I start modeling my own once I'd be more comfortable in it, or once I know more, uh, once I have more knowledge about it. And that is the very important lesson that will be applicable in every other project that I do, essentially. And for the second half of the question, what accomplishment was the most surprising and fulfilling, and why? I'll say that was during my printing. Um, Seeing the real part, seeing how they integrate together, being able to start building the plane in real life than just seeing it on the window on the screen and visualizing it in my mind, but actually building it, seeing it in my hands, getting together. That is, I'd say, the biggest accomplishment. How was the journey like? How much encouragement and support did I get from my peers, my GAs, and instructors throughout the semester? Um, I'd say it was a really fun journey. I got a lot of motivation from my peers. Not necessarily the same project, but I've seen what they were doing. I've seen the effort that they were putting in, the ideas, the enthusiasm. Um, I got encouraged a lot from that. My instructors were giving me space to express freely my my setbacks. Essentially, it wasn't seen as a mistake, it wasn't seen as a failure, but it said as long as we're learning from it, that is beneficial. And that gave me a really comfort space and safe space for me to express what I actually happened rather than me trying to cover for my own mistakes. Which transferable skills did I develop or significantly improve during this project, and how did that impact my work? I'd say my time management skills and the way I do my decision making. My time management skills, I had to elevate it quite fast because when I did the pivot for my project from clean sheet aircraft to an already designed aircraft was midway through the semester. So I had to come up with a whole new timeline to be able to produce the parts within the time or within the time frame till the end of the semester. And decision making is by looking at, okay, what is making sense now? What would be better for the future? What would be better for the timeline? And being able to navigate through those decisions and putting sometimes my feeling aside of or my ideology aside and looking at it objectively rather than subjectively, I found really helpful. I was able to improve. What did I learn about myself? I learned that I may be sometimes I'm a little bit too ambitious, I'd say, or may not look as obstacles as big obstacles until I hit them, which is bad. I should always account for certain setbacks, for certain possible mistakes, possible challenges, and account for them in my timeline. Even though I have the enthusiasm for it, even though I have the will for it, but I should be able to also, at the end of the day, I'm a human. I might get, burnt out or just feel tired or feel sick. So I have to account for all of that. I'm just gonna put my laptop on charger. Okay. Um, how did this project help shape my personal and professional path? Um, Personal path, it was through the development of my soft skills along with some of my technical skills because I did learn when I was initially doing my clean sheet design, I did learn, let's say, how to design a wing, how to design a fuselage, how to do the integration. And I got somewhat in depth about it, but I did not have time to finish it. So that was on the technical side, and on the soft skill side, I was able to develop, uh, like I said, my decision making, my time management skills, my uh, me accepting failures and navigating through them essentially. Uh, and it helped me in my professional path. I was able to demonstrate the project in some certain interviews. I was able to demonstrate my skills. I was able to say, okay, I went through some path. I've seen obstacles. I was able to navigate through them. I was able to get past them. I didn't get, just stuck there and was not able to do anything after. Um, what are the next steps for myself and the project? For myself, I want to continue learning and expanding my knowledge. And in terms of the project, I want to continue the project and get it done and do my workshops that I have wanted to do from the start. And hopefully that will continue. Um, what should I do differently if I were to retake the course and why? I would make the scope smaller a little bit, maybe start from the beginning with an already designed airframe. I would secure some financial assistance for the project itself, which was one of the setbacks that I had, and it caused me to lose almost 2 weeks of work because I was not able to start printing because of financial constraints. So I'll make sure to look at the most critical objects and try to account for them from the start. Uh, what are the key takeaways from the course, and what distinct value did it offer that I would have missed it otherwise? Um, Learning and seeing what others are doing is really helpful. Listening to their thoughts, listening to their thinking process, seeing how they do stuff, even though if it's different from what I'm doing, but just being there, hearing it, seeing their progress gives me a lot of motivation. I like to be around people who are more successful than I am to be motivated by them. And if not for that course, I probably wouldn't have done this much progress in my project. Um, Would I recommend this course to a friend or a peer, and under which circumstances? Yeah, I would definitely recommend this course for a friend or a peer, and that's how I actually got into the course because I was recommended to take the course from one of my friends. And under what circumstances, I'd say if they have somewhat of a clear objective of what they want to do, make sure they know their timeline, make sure they are able to give it the time it deserves, make sure to put the effort in it. Do not treat it as just any other course. It's a course that where you can actually do what you love and take it to the next step. Thank you.